Good evening, CoachingU4U family and friends. Thanks for joining me here tonight. My name is Annette Lartigue, and I am your host at CoachingU4U. Tonight, our topic is a short and simple one. Look up and look ahead. But before we get into it, I'd like to ask you to put our business in the street. Tell everybody about us. You can see us wherever podcasting is. If there's a podcast channel, we're going to be there. We want to meet you everywhere that you are. So again, thanks again for being here with us tonight. I want to shout out to everybody who did their best in 2021 to live well, be kinder, learn something new, treat others well, and laugh more. Those things are important. And I'd also like to shout out anybody celebrating a birthday in the month of December, myself included, as well as my son-in-law, Derek, and my daughter, Jasna, my dream team. Happy birthday. Our topic tonight, we have a new year up ahead. It is moving towards us quickly. And people tend to make a lot of resolutions in the coming year, on New Year's Eve particularly. And I try not to do that anymore. I used to do it. I used to have fun. I used to have all the parties. I used to do everything. I used to host huge parties. I don't do that anymore. Now it's more about family and friends in very intimate settings with people that I am familiar with. So for me, some of the things that I've done for the last 3 years that I just want to share with you a little bit. As we look up and look ahead, I want you to remember this. Whatever you went through, whatever your toughest time was in 2021, you got through it. Many of us lost family and friends to COVID, and we're still here. And we're still missing them. Love never dies. Remember that. So in our journey tonight, for a few short minutes, I just want to ask you to look up and look ahead. Life is going to happen no matter what we do, no matter how we do it. We can live in our reality or we can live in our fantasies. Life is still going to happen. So I just want to encourage you today. I want you to inhale the inspiration to look up and look ahead. Plan ahead. One of the things that works very well for me is before I go to bed, I make a list. And that seems simple, but it helps me in the morning when I'm stumbling about, in semi-slumber to know what I have ahead of me because I've made a list about it. The other thing is I try to have some type of movement. It's not always the movement I want, but I have to have some type of movement. And I want to shout out Bonnie Jean Randolph because Bonnie, I said the other day, I've learned so much from so many people, not because of what they say, but because of what they do. And I watch your footwork and I see you doing it. And I just want to give you a shout out and tell you thanks for inspiring me. People inspire me all the time. I've learned to watch the footwork. I hear you, but it's not so much what you say as it is what you do. And Bonnie, you do it. So thanks for inspiring people like me who are a little sluggish in the morning, but do understand the need to, delve into self care through movement. Thank you for that. The other thing I've learned, and I try to practice regularly, see, this is all the stuff I'm going to take into the new year with me again. And over again, I'm going to practice these things. It's nothing new. I'm going to try something new. I want to try to do something different. I'm talking about dating. I actually am dating. And one of the things that I shared with a group tonight is every adventure that you share with somebody else doesn't have to be about a romantic relationship. Some of it can simply be about hanging out, having fun, going to dinner, going to a concert, going to the movies, watching a movie together, simple things, dinner, lunch, brunch. I like brunch, and coffee. Those simple things matter. And perhaps in those times, you might find your love, but if nothing else, if it's genuine and mutual, you'll at least find a friend. And that matters. No matter where you are in it, with friends, you win. Try something new. I'm learning to laugh out loud more. And that has increased over the last, this is the fourth year we're moving into this with just laughing out loud. I am genuinely silly. I am. I enjoy myself. And I enjoy the things I share with others and that others share with me. But I'm learning to laugh out loud. Sometimes in life, we take ourselves and others far too serious. And as a result of that, we suffer stress. We get stretched out and we get stressed out. And as Steve Harvey shared today, that's really no place to be. We all deserve the opportunity to have as many belly laughs as we can. And God knows I have enough belly to get the laughs in. One of the other things I started doing was keeping a diary. Because as somebody who enjoys doing things, I sometimes blow past the opportunities that I've had. This past year, even in the pandemic, I kept a diary about some of the things I did. I'm a loner by nature as well. And a lot of people don't understand loners, but I am. And I'm not lonely. I just really enjoy my company, and I always have. And that hasn't changed. And I do more in this time now that I'm retired to work on self-care more. So I would encourage you to do that. Inhale that. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be with yourself no matter who else is around. Ever been in a room full of people and been incredibly lonely? No matter where you go, we take ourselves with us. And if we're not comfortable with ourselves, it's extremely difficult for us to be comfortable with anybody else. I am sharing my experience, strength, and hope tonight. What doesn't apply, let it fly. But moving into the new year, I am sharing some of the things that I do regularly that has helped me keep a beat because these past 3 years haven't been all cookies and cream. It hasn't been, wonderful all the time. I've had some very difficult times, just as everybody else has. I've lost people I've loved, um, that I still love, even though they're no longer here. And I know by keeping track of some of the things I do just lately, a calendar that says, remember on this date that you painted your own fingernails, which was a disaster, but I enjoyed doing it. It's simple things like that. Just doing little things that we take so much for granted because all of us, or most of us, go to a nail shop to have our nails, get our mani and pedi. And sometimes I like to do it myself. I like to give myself lip scrubs. I document when I do that and how much I enjoy it. And I'm sure my grandbaby does too when I kiss him on his cheek. He can feel the difference in my lips being exfoliated. So those are just simple things that I do that matter for me. And I don't know what your things might be, but whatever they are, take the time and get it in. Count your blessings. Oh, please count your blessings. at my lowest moments, and I've had a few, coming up on the rough side of the mountain, being grateful and remembering my blessings is what got me to the other side. That's what did it. Remembering my blessings and practicing gratitude. And my gratitude speaks when I share and I care about the things that matter to me and others. And I also reach out. And that's something that 4 or 5 years ago I didn't really do too much of. I like being with myself. And so, I mean, even in my marriage, my husband and I, who has gone on, got along well because we enjoyed being by ourselves, even together. And for couples who do that, you'll understand what that means. And if you don't, you can always put it in the chat and ask me. We enjoyed being by ourselves even when we were together. And I think I saw somebody posted on Facebook. They said, I like being by myself, but I want to be by myself with somebody else. And that's where I was with my husband. And so that's where I'll be in my next relationship, because I'll understand him and he'll understand me. So reaching out makes a difference too. And the thing that I've practiced over and over and over again and learned is that no is a complete sentence. I don't always have to do what other people schedule for me or want me to do. I can say no. And so my list of 8 out the gate is just simply to plan ahead, to get moving, to try something new, to laugh out loud as much as I can, to keep a diary or a journal, as we say today, to count our blessings, to reach out, and to know that no is a complete sentence. I want to thank you for joining me here tonight. Again, I am your host, Annette, here at CoachingU4U. Thank you. Stay in the game, look up, and look ahead. Whether it's your game of reality or your game of fantasy is yours to choose. Just enjoy it and do what you do. Have a good evening, and thanks.